All right, guys, we're going to check out this Seiko sbdj009. I'm not sure if it has a nickname. I know Jeff McMahon called it the titanium sumo, but it's a solar quartz watch, and it is titanium. Super lightweight. It does have, I believe, dye shield on it. This is used watch, and there's like not much for markings on it or anything like that. Let's just get right into the specs. Size-wise, you are looking at, this is going to get weird, so I'm going to give you a few different measurements, but if you measure the extreme part of the case from, like, say here at the 50 to the 20, you are going to get at a 45.5 millimeter. Don't freak out, though. I mean, it is a Seiko, and you also have the fact that it's like super lightweight titanium. I mean, it really feels like nothing. We're going to talk about the weight in a minute, but if you measure just at the bezel, which is kind of more like what it actually feels like on wrist, the bezel is about 43.5 millimeter. So that's really what it feels like. And again, the same thing kind of happens with the lug to lug. You get nice turn down lugs, drilled as well. The lug to lug is 52, but if you look where the bracelet end links come and how they articulate, they're actually inset from that 52 mil. So if you measure there, you're at like 49 millimeter. So that, and again, that's kind of how it wears. So it wears more like a 43.5 with a 49, but then coupled with that Seiko titanium comfort levels, basically, I guess what I'm getting at is if you can wear an SKX or a Turtle, you could easily wear this. This would easily work all the way down to like a 6 3/4 wrist or something like that. The thickness is 13 mil. I'm pretty sure it's a hard Lex crystal. I didn't look up the stats on that. 20 mil lug width. The bracelet does taper down to an 18 mil. You have the dive extension. It's all stamped, and that's pretty standard when you come to titanium. You're going to see more of this than you will milled out. Fold over double pushers, 4 micro adjust. Just classic Seiko here. Doesn't disappoint. Even some of the rattle, but that's pretty common, especially with titanium. It's kind of tinny feeling almost. Even the bezel action, when you do a titanium bezel, it's super light, weird feeling. It's totally different than a stainless steel bezel. But 120 click and a little bit of play, but it lines up really good. You can even see the seconds hand really hits the marks. This has the V157 quartz solar movement in it, which Seiko's used in a bunch of different divers. So it's a really good movement. Screw down crown, 200 meter water resist. You can see it has a screw down case back with some information there. The movement, titanium, movement, Japan, cased in China. So this thing's got some traveling on it before it even gets to your wrist. Let me give you a wrist shot. There it is on my 7 1/4, and it wears amazing. Titanium always wears really good. It's going to be more comfortable with a larger size easily, but also titanium is less prone to heat transfer or cold transfer, meaning that like the metal doesn't absorb the heat and the cold as quickly as like stainless steel does. So I wear titanium watches. Actually, I like to wear them in the winter quite a bit because they always just feel kind of warm. Or neutral, we'll say. It's going to have classic Seiko loom, and of course you have the kind of like tuna hands, the hand set there. You can look at that, the hour and minute hand. This movement, actually, I looked it up on Esslinger. If you wanted to replace it, the movement is actually almost $100 just for the quartz movement. It does have two jewels, and then it has the solar capacity and all that stuff, so that kind of ramps the price up. It's actually a really stout solar movement. Seiko put a lot of effort into that movement, and that's why they're utilizing it in a bunch of different models. So back when these were available, when these first came out, I can't remember what the price tag was on them, but if you look on eBay right now, they're trending plus 500 all the way up to 700-ish. And I never bought one when I was first exposed to them, and I don't know. I don't know why I held back. I think it's a lot of money for a quartz watch, but it's a nice quartz movement, and it's titanium, and it looks great. So I don't know why I hesitated on that. I really don't. But I know a lot of people have them and love them, and I know there's a lot of people that have swapped them out. You can see size-wise, it definitely is larger than the SKX for sure. So I guess that's probably why Jeff calls it closer to the Sumo. Let me see if I have a turtle laying around. Yeah, it's even bigger. It probably is close to the Sumo measurements. So good call on Jeff calling it the titanium Sumo. I think that might be a fair representation of what we have here. So I believe the bracelets, yeah, there's arrows. I'm not sure if it's just standard split pin. I assume it is. I don't see. It might be pin and collar. I didn't take the bracelet apart. A viewer of the channel, Mel, actually lent this in along with a couple other watches. So I'll be doing those videos soon too. But big thanks to Mel for lending this in. Glad I got to be able to see it. And let me give you a Loom Shot, and then we'll close this bad boy out. Classic Seiko Loom. Glows like a torch. No disappointments there. So let me know what you guys think. You guys know I like titanium, and I like quartz, and I like Seiko, so I actually really like this watch. So, and the used market, I think you're going to see them still like in the 450 range, right in there, somewhere along that line. 400 maybe, I guess. It's a really good watch, and I believe Seiko discontinued it. You can see hollow end links there, but that's also pretty standard with titanium as well. But so I'm pretty sure Seiko discontinued it. So getting tricky to find. So if you're looking for one, you know, you might want to do it sooner rather than later. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next vid.